Hey everyone, how are you? Happy spring. Wanted to check in with an update on Lady Dark. It's been a while since we last did a video for you. So all the pages are in the lettering stage now. So they've been passed over to the lettering. What I mean by all the pages is the core story and the backup stories. So those are progressing. I'm expecting to get those pages back pretty soon. I know our letterer Micah Myers is in hot demand and a bunch of projects that he's doing for Image and Dark Horse and all over the place. So super grateful to be working with Micah once again, and I know he's going to do an awesome job. I think as you all saw in the 6-page preview that we put out, he's got a really distinct lettering style and template for both the Lady Dark characters' narration and also some cool things to come for the other characters you all haven't seen yet. So excited to see that come through. So we're moving along. We're getting there. Thank you so much for your patience. The big question mark right now for me, in terms of like giving you a date or timeline, is the printing. So once we get all the pages back from lettering, next week I want to turn my attention to the covers. So putting all the different covers and together and putting the different logo treatments and stuff on the covers. As you know, we've got a nice batch of variant covers for this. It's the first time I've done variant covers, so got to assemble all of those. So I'm looking as we kind of wrap up March. We'll be finishing up the lettering side of things and the design and the layout side. Then once we get all the pages together, I'm going to work with the printer service I use. Now I've heard all kinds of crazy things going on in the printing world. Both Marvel and DC and all the other comic publishers have voiced this as well. If you tune into comic news, that there's like paper shortages and all this type of stuff. I heard a story. Some major publisher. Shifting operations to China and it would to get things back here in North America and all of that. So I'm gonna try to avoid all of that. That sounds like an unnecessary step. So my printer's been awesome to date. I've printed every book I've done through them, and they've been great. But yeah, that's the big question mark I have. So once I get my final files assembled of the entire project, the kind of master recording, if you will, of the entire comic, then I'm going to meet with the printer and kind of discuss all the options and all the variant covers we have in, and we've got like a platinum, metallic cover in the mix here as well, and all the other videos. I've spoken about my focus on like production quality, so I've got some very specifics in terms of the card stock of the cover and the page and the glossiness and all of that, which if you're a comic person, you totally know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you think I sound like a maniac. So either way, I'm a winner. But yeah, so that's the big question mark for me, is just to kind of see what their life is like right now. Hopefully all is normal. The supply chain woes seem to have kind of calmed down a little bit. So hopefully we're in good shape and it's kind of business as usual. If I had to estimate, I would say like we submit to the publisher and like long term, I think it would take maybe 6 to 8 weeks for them to run the job and then get it shipped to me. And then I start kind of doing the packaging. And if you've seen or if you've backed any other comic book or graphic novel Kickstarters, you may have seen those kind of shipping parties people have where you kind of put everything together and start to send it out. I don't think it'll take too long once we get the books back for us to kind of rock and roll and put them together and send them out. I think when it comes to the print versions, if memory serves me correctly, we're somewhere in the 200 ballpark, and then we've got a whole bunch of digital copies as well. We're going to send them all out in tandem, right? So like my goal is to get everybody their books as quickly as possible, and then also the code for the digital copy as well. There will be a final survey sent out from Kickstarter. So I know it's been like a year since we did the campaign, if you can believe it. So it's been really long tail production here, but we put together something pretty awesome for you, and I'm psyched for you all to finally hold it in your hands and read it. I've gone through the pages about a million times now, and I'm super happy with it. It really is like a really fine-tuned first issue, and I did a ton of studying of first issues that I've loved over time, and kind of seeing what they do and the approach they take, and so I've distilled a lot of that down into this. So I'm really excited for you all to see it. The pages look great, the artwork looks great, the coloring looks great. So I think you all are going to be thrilled. So again, thanks very much for the patience. As soon as I have a clear timeline on printing and everything else, I'll be following up with some more quick video updates here in those milestones. So those are kind of the remaining gates for us to get through. It's wrap up lettering and production, submit to printer, have the printer print, which takes a couple weeks, and then have the printer ship them to me, and then have me ship them to you. So those are the steps in the chain here. So we're almost there. We're at the very last stretch of things here. My hope, May is like kind of the beginning of like summer blockbuster season for movies and things. So LadyDarke kind of has that vibe to it, and so I would really love for this to be landing in your mailboxes sometime around May. But I'll keep you updated, and I'll keep you super. I'm super transparent with the process here as much as possible, and just let you know if anything changes, or like if I contact the printer and they're like, oh yeah, things are crazy and we're super backed up, then we'll keep you all updated. But I'm not anticipating anything. I think hopefully the worst of all the supply chain stuff is behind us, and we're in good shape. So again, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for I've had a bunch of you reaching out to me, and with nothing but hype and excitement about it, which is great. So thanks for your understanding and your patience as we've worked really hard to put together a top-notch comic book experience for you. My mind is already in future issues and everything else. I think what I would love to do is approach it a little bit differently. That we took a kind of a leap of faith with crowdsourcing this first issue. Now that we know that this ability exists, I think we can explore a way to perhaps produce issue 2 up front, and then do the campaign. So it's a little bit of a risk, but I think it could be a limited risk, given that we know we have an audience here for the first issue, because you guys came out in a big way for that. So those are some of the things that I've been thinking about as we kind of go forward. I would love to ideally run a campaign, and then the final product's delivered 2 or 3 months later. I think that's a much better cycle. But we had the COVID-19 obviously kind of wreaking havoc across the board here, and impacting different links in the chain of this entire project. So, but again, we're closing in on the finish line. The comic looks awesome, and really excited for you all to read it. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Available through my website, online, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. So thanks, and I'll keep you all updated, and look for another one of these videos in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll have some more news to share with you all. I'll probably put together another little preview as well, so I don't want to spoil key moments from the books. And if you haven't checked out the 6-page preview that's up there, please go. You can visit radvon.com/LadyDarke. That's the landing page I put together for the entire project. Recently updated it, so there's cool art on there. There's a link to the 6-page preview. Check that out if you haven't already. There's some more information, creator bios, and stuff like that. And so super excited to get this to you all. Thanks for keeping the faith, and we'll have more updates soon. Take care. Bye.